Hi everyone, Bandanner here. I hope you're all doing well. Today we are back in the monthly Warno tournament with Tanner and Tman. Yes, today we'll have one game and the second game will be tomorrow. They're both fairly long, and I thought for a Sunday we'll do one for Monday. And remember that if you're watching on Sunday, we might still be over on the SD League channel live streaming some of the tournament games from the Super League tournament this weekend, which has over $500 in the kitty now. That's a lot of moolah to win. So someone's going home with a pretty penny in their pocket. Let's have a look at what these guys have down. So we have Tanner over here. I'm going to look at him first because I think he has most of his units down. They're quite fast at putting their units down, these guys. So it's going to start very suddenly. We've got a commander going in here, forward deployment commander no less, going into Echo, a commander and an FS Jaeger heading up to Bravo. We have a scimitar here and going to the middle. We have a scimitar and eclairs going over here, scimitar going into this position. Quite standoffish there, right to the edge of this area, not going into the point. Probably sensible versus a packed deck. Flieger Forst here with some Jaeger and a Gepard all heading up to this area. I assume that is the Gepard. Deploying over here. I suspect all of that is to deploy the Flieger Forst, I'm going to assume, so that they can deal with any choppers. And then down here again we have some Flieger Forst, some Jaeger, and a Leo 2A3 no less. Okay. Taking out the heavy guns over on the other side as they're deploying. As I said, they were going to be fast at deploying these guys. Spetsnaz OP and Spetsnaz heading into Alpha area, the buildings near it at least. We got some Spetsnaz and Spetsnaz OP heading in here, and we got some Spetsnaz Group Spetsnaz and Spetsnaz OP heading into Charlie. We also have an Mi-24K, obviously very standard. We have a Rapira heading up to Alpha. Is it heading to Alpha? Oh no, it's heading down here to the forest area. Okay. T-80 BVK heading to Foxtrot and then Delta, and then we have a Rapira here heading into Delta. Also a MiG-29 out already to help defend that Mi-24K. Now, helicopters in this version of the game, it is pre-recent patch, so I'm not sure if they are... I can't remember if this is pre-milestone or pre-hotfix this game. If it's pre-milestone, which I think it is, the helicopter's obviously still pretty good. But in the newest version of the game, obviously, they have been nerfed a bit. They take more damage, and planes are more effective against them. But Tman hasn't relied on them heavily here. He's just got the one out to fend off any forward deployment troops. Very sensible against the 2nd Panzer Grenadiers, who do have that capability. Both players just sort of capping their areas at the moment. Curious to see what happens with the Mi-24K here. Obviously, it's spotted these vehicles coming in. He perhaps doesn't know what's in those vehicles yet. And this is a bit of a setup by Tanner. There we go. Flieger Forst are out. He's realised he's running away. Miss. Miss. Hit. Nice. And now the Scimitar is coming across. Now the Jaeger are coming down. Gepard is taking its sweet, sweet time to get in there. But yes, that was well played by Tanner. Very good maneuvering, bringing in stuff later, kind of baiting the Mi-24K into that position, only to then deploy those Flieger Forst and have to have it run away. And now the Mi-24K is going to sit there. It's going to look at those units, but it can't really do anything about them, because if it goes any closer, the Flieger Forst will cause it issues. And this puts those Jaeger within striking distance of the industrial area. Very little movement at the top. We'll try and keep an eye on that. More about what's going on down here. I mean, 24K coming down here now, looking for a kill on that Spartan, perhaps, or the infantry in the building. Now, there's no AA down here, but the Flieger Forst and the Gepard are being moved up to get in a position where they can hit this. One Flieger Forst has been killed by the infantry in the tank. The Spartan has been retreated. The Jaeger commander is just sitting in his Unimog waiting. Ideally, I'm sure he would like to move that Gepard up, but it might be about to get hit by the Rapira 100mm gun. Oh, wow. Gepard tearing that apart, and the gun can't see it. Oof. Oh, down it goes. Oh! But the Gepard was killed. I was going to say, if somehow the Gepard didn't die in that situation, What killed it, though? I assume... Did the Rapira get the shot off finally? I'm assuming so. That I was going to say... I think it pushed far enough forward that the Rapira got its shot off. The command here moving in against the Spetsnaz Gru, though. What is he doing? Deploy, you fool! Deploy! There we go. He has deployed. MW1 gets a nice strike, killing all of those Spetsnaz. MiG-29 also goes down as the tornadoes come in as well. That was rough. That was rough for Tman. Both of his infantry destroyed, and an SU-29 and an SU-27 is about to go down as well. There's no way that gets out, surely. No, it doesn't. Down it goes. Oh, Tman. Jaeger here coming in against that Rapira, get immediately destroyed. Does the second squad get destroyed as well? I don't think Tanner is paying attention here. Yeah, Rapira is firing at it. That's a waste of 2 Jaeger squads. Complete waste. MiG-29 being engaged. Oh, wow! Tornadoes get the kill again. Another MiG-29 down. Tman, what are you doing? 3 expensive fighter jets lost within the space of a couple of minutes. That is really not good. Kudos to Tanner. Very well played there. Now, Tman is quite unflappable, so the fact that he's bought so many... Why does he have 2 commands down here? I was about to say, the fact that he's bought so many aircraft suddenly is quite a surprise to me. I'm more surprised, though, that he's got 2 commands coming into this point. I assume one of them was moved down from the top? I think the BTR was moved down from the top. Rapira there being marked by Tanner. But Tanner doing a good job here so far. Has exchanged reasonably well. He still has that Leo 2A3 at his disposal, though it is damaged. It will need a repair. And there are the supply vehicles coming in. Still lots of infantry down here. Those Spetsnaz still alive at the bottom point. I don't think either player is going to be doing any pushing at the top there. It just looks like they're settled in to defend all the fighting happening down here. Still shocked by how many aircraft Tman just lost, though. That was a big surprise. Plenty of reinforcements coming in for the bottom for Tman now, including some Strelas there. Obviously not wanting these bombers and jets to keep coming in. A Leo 1A1A1 coming in there, along with some more infantry. T-80 BVK pushing up, wanting to kill these recon units. Spetsnaz also pushing up. Spetsnaz group would certainly like to be at the edge of this area so they can see what's going on. And that command unit of Tanner's is obviously under threat now as well. Pioneers coming in. Looks like Tanner wants to do a full-on assault on this area. There's not a lot in there yet. There is some reinforcement infantry arriving for Tman, but it's not a lot of infantry. Tanner certainly has the numbers to get in there. Tman has locked down this area well and currently is +2, ticking up those points. Rapira there, able to fire out at the transport vehicles. Marker again has gone down on that Rapira. I wondered if we might see a bomber come in for that. There's no artillery in for Tanner, looking at the map there. Marker also gone down on the infantry in that building. We could see some MW1s come out again. T-80U being called in now by Tman. He's certainly going quite heavy on the tanks. What is going on over this side? It looks like those Pioneers are actually being moved down to go into this area. And Tanner is using his transports for scouting here. It's a very Wargame Red Dragon tactic. AT coming in, going for a kill on that T80 BVK. Does not get it. Strela does get a hit off on the anti-tank jet though. Taking shots at the chopper now as well. One hit, one kill. Strela being quite useful there. The Pioneers here, not in the best position against a tank. They can't really return fire on it. Igla coming in at this bottom bit now with that T80U. T80U looks like it moves very fast. Milan 2 coming in at the top of the map there, and a Leo 10101. Tanner just not wanting to forget about that part of the map. I felt like Tanner had a very good opening taking out all those aircraft. But he seems to be struggling to take the ground at the moment. Leo 10101 getting pummeled by that T80 BVK there. Fux Milan's moving up to the edge of this area. They could potentially get hits on that tank, to be fair. They do have Milans. And a side hit on it as reverses would have been nice. Artillery in now. I wondered what he was going to do about that, Rapira. Artillery very effective against those guns because they're very slow to move. So once they've been spotted, if you can artillery them, you usually do lose them. I've been on the receiving end of artillery on those myself. They are very, very slow to move. T80U absolutely wrecking the Leo 203 there. Looking a little bit rough down here. Tanner needs to make some progress in this bottom point if he can't get into Delta, the central industrial zone here. Another T80U arriving for Tman as well. He's going to have a lot of T80Us in here. 2 T80Us. He's got 2 T80 BVKs knocking around. He's got another T80U coming in as well. I was going to say that's 3 T80Us on the field. That is going to be hard to stop without an equal amount and more of Leos. We do see another Leo 203 coming in there. But it's going to be no good pushing those up solo. There's another one coming in at the back. He is going to need multiple 2A3s to be able to push on these T80Us. T80 BVK at the bottom has been fully repaired. And the Jaeger having to back away from it. They just don't have the range to engage that tank there. T80U pushing up at this side into those Jaeger. SU-27S anti-air in now. Is that trying to bait the tornadoes? Possibly. Strela's pushing up to the front there to take out any recon helos. Pumachiki going to get wrecked by all those infantry, surely. Artillery coming in on the T80U. No good hits yet, causing it a tiny bit of stress. The T80U getting very close to being in this point. BMP-1s with Strelki coming in as well. I feel like Tman is reaching critical mass here very quickly, and it's just going to be able to hold with a sheer force. The T80U is obviously very difficult to kill. You have 3 Leo 2A3s at the front now. But just pushing them into 3 T80Us is going to be painful. Really, some of those T80Us need to be stressed out or damaged. AT coming in again for that T80 BVK. It is repaired. It will be able to smoke. Is Tman watching? He is. There's the smoke. And there's the SU-27S. Gets the kill. SU-27S may go down here, though. Yeah, the tornadoes are all over it. Down it goes. Spetsnaz, Gru, the Ural, Igla, and the SU-27S all going down in quick succession. Leo 2A3's pushing in here. Some damage to those tanks there at the front. Yeah, the T-80U is actually having to retreat. Look at that, down to just over 2 health. This means the Leos can be aggressive, push forward. They put a big fight up against the T-80 BVK, for example. All 3 of them. Oh, they don't know if they get a side shot, though. Oh! That was an ATGM in the side. Ouch. 1, 2, A3 goes down to an ATGM. Tornado AT comes in. Doesn't get any kills. Should get out alive, though, by the looks of it. That was an unfortunate loss of a Leo 2A3, and the other one side shot by the T-80 BVK. That was rough. But the side shot that killed the other one with the ATGM, that was just pure unfortunate timing. It was just not facing quite the right way. Not looking so great down here for Tman right now. His Strella's damaged, his T-80 BVK is damaged, and there's a lot of infantry waiting to push into this point, but they're just not going anywhere at the moment. More reinforcements coming into Delta for Tman, and he's nearly at the halfway mark for points right now, and it does take a while to tick them up on this map. And look at the top, T-80U coming in up there now, along with some BMP-1s and Motostocky. He's thinking, do I need to defend up there or do I need to push up there? He's preparing for the worst. Marder 1A3 Milan's coming in with some Panzer Grenadiers for this bottom area for Tanner now. His Leopards have been repaired. Over at this side, T-80Us. 1 is still damaged. The T-80 BVK is still damaged, but 2 fully repaired T-80Us. The 1 is a little bit stressed out right now. Tman making a move. He wants control of this forest area. He's moving the T-80U and the BMP-1s here into a position that they can fire into the forest, or so he hopes. I do hear a helicopter at the back here. There's a repair helicopter. Supply chopper. Leo's once again pulling back, as do the BMP-1Ps. Marker gone down on that building there. Razvedka arriving for the front of this area now. Oh! T-80 BVK managing to get some shots off again on those infantry, and the T-80 here pushing up along with the BMPs. Good use of artillery by Tanner to force the infantry away, though his infantry in the other forest getting absolutely peppered now by the T-80s. That's because this Razvedka has gone into this building, and if we have a look, it can see very far into that forest. And unfortunately, even though right now these guys are very close to here, unfortunately Tanner's troops were not there to be able to fire out and get side shots. Nothing happening at the top. I will spin around and have a quick look. No, all quiet. All about what's happening down here. I mean, I've got to give it to Tman. He's got plenty of crossfire going on at the moment. So he's got tanks here, there, and everywhere, able to fire from multiple locations. Obviously, ideally for him, he wants this little forest area at the front of this point. Artillery coming in on this area now. He's looking for hits on the T-80 BVK, but it has already moved. Lots of Panzer Grenadiers in Marders arriving. They'll be good for a push. But obviously you want them to really engage from maximum range with the Milans. But these Jaeger at the front here just getting absolutely peppered by the tanks. Which is obviously very bad. All those T-80Us. Artillery coming in on one of those T-80Us now. ATGM's already firing out. The damage has commenced. The Leo 2A3s are engaging. The command is being pushed up at the front. I'm a little bit worried about that command infantry. Down goes one T-80U. The other T-80U died here as well by the looks of it. Two T-80Us lost in quick succession. There's some shooting at the top, I think, as well. Yeah, some Jaeger pushed up there. Having a little look. This is a big assault down here for Tanner. The question is, can Tman hold? I hear jets coming in. Or is it just helicopters? It's just helicopters. Mi-24V rockets possibly going to clear up the stuff in that forest area at the side there. But every chance that Tanner can push into the industrial zone. He doesn't have a huge amount of anti-air, to be honest. There is a Gepard over at the back there. A little bit worried he doesn't have enough AA here. And obviously these helicopters are going to cause an issue. T-80 BVK tank is being moved down to assist in defending this position. AT jet coming in, going for the T-80 BVK. Doesn't manage to fire on it. I assume it lost sight. Very strange. Tanner not doing too badly here. Needs to be careful with those Leo 2A3s. Because they're looking like they're going to get side shot. Lots of fire coming in on this 2A3. It backs off after smoking. MW1 coming in from the back. That must have gone a long way around. Down it goes, though. Still +2 to Tman. Tornadoes coming in for those choppers. One chopper down. Tornadoes taking fire. They may get out alive, though. Looks like they will. Another Mi-24 coming in. Tman throwing everything in here to stop this push. And he stopped a lot of it, to be fair. Cheaper Leos coming in. The Leo 2A3s are being pulled back. There's still one T-80U badly damaged down here. Another one just took a side shot from the Jaguar. Not something we see very often in ranked games, or tournament games I should say, is the ATGM carriers. Good use of artillery by Tanner. Managing to get hits on various tanks here. But still, +2 to Tman. 7 minutes till victory. And unfortunately, he has held. Tanner has not made it into the point. AT jet goes down as well. It is now Tanner having a rough time with these planes. A little bit of an attempt to push the top now by Tanner. But I just don't think he's going to get across there. It's reasonably well defended. A very good opener by Tanner. But Tman just managed to gain control and just hold. And he's done a good job at holding. And unfortunately, Tanner's never managed to make it back into this bottom point. It's been very well defended. Seems to be struggling for anti-air, to be honest, as he had nothing over here to deal with those helicopters when they came in. Jaguars managed to get a few kills. Does it do much damage to the front of the T-80U? A reasonable amount of damage, about a third or just over. Leo 203 is pushing in the other side now, but they are up against a T-80UD. That is a tough nut to crack. They are making some progress, though. Good arty shots here, doing some serious damage to the T-80U. Oh! It got hit by a missile as well, I think, from the Jaguar there. And it is very stressed out, very badly damaged. Is retreating now. Jaguar firing another ATGM. Gets another kill on a BMP-1. Over at the other side, we do see that Tanner is attempting that push. T-80U, though, parked in a good position to fire down that little strip of road. The Rapira at the other side able to fire across there. Chance of these Panzer Grenadier Martyrs making it into the point. Not going to happen. He does have to change his mind and retreat those forces. Down here at the bottom, a loss of a Leo 1A1A1. And a Jaeger has been destroyed. Tanner desperately trying to make progress down here, but having a rough old time of it. A bunch of M48s coming in now for this side. Potential for Tanner to actually move into this point finally with that support. He's also bringing the Leo 2A3s around this way. And there's a load more M48s coming in. I mean, currently the T-80Us are damaged, but the UD is still in play. Over at this side, there's not a lot defending now. And the helicopters are being called up to the top of the map to try and stop any pushing there. So now is the time that Tanner has a chance to get into this bottom point, but he literally has 4 minutes to do it. In 4 minutes time, Tman takes the win at a +2. Another T-80UD coming in at the bottom here, though. If that's going to the front of this point, it's not. It's going to here. But that will cause havoc for these tanks coming in. Tanner needs to be in that town and not be worrying about the infantry in it firing his tanks, to be close enough to put a big amount of pressure on that T-80UD. Because I imagine we'll also see a quick response from that T-80U pushing up the side here in response. So many M48s. Lots of firepower. Yeah, there you go. Immediately that T-80U, as I said, being moved up here to assist. And there's still another T-80U behind that one that could be moved up this way. And there indeed it goes. And the BVK coming as well. Yeah, Tman has already realised what's happening. He's even calling his Mi-24s back to assist. Smoke going down here from the artillery. Interesting choice of tactic to allow him to get his infantry in the buildings. But will also stop his own tanks firing at those T-80s. But perhaps that's a good thing, because the T-80s obviously are a force to be reckoned with here. Tornado flittering around the back there. One of the MiG-20... That must be the last MiG-29 Tman has. He seems to have lost a lot of MiGs. Tornado goes down though. Cluster going in for the kill on that Mi-24, and also drops some bombs on the T-80UD, but doesn't do much to that at all. Just tickles it. All these tanks being pushed around the bottom now. They want to get really up close and personal to these T-80s, because they are a one-hit kill to those T-80 tanks. But if they are up close and personal, they have a chance of doing some damage. Leo 2A3 getting a nice side shot on the T-80UD there. This could be spelling trouble for the T-80UD. It could go down here if these other M48s can get close enough. Command is in this point. It will switch sides, but it's still +1 to Tman. And I just don't think there's anywhere near enough time left for Tanner to pull this back. There's the Mi-24 able to fire rockets in and just stress these tanks out. As I say, there's no anti-air there. Mi-24 is badly damaged, however. There is another jet coming in, I assume. It is a cluster looking for a kill. Probably going for the tanks again. Unfortunately, I can't see the T-80UD and where it went. Yeah, it was just a forced drop on the ground, hoping to catch something. Tunguska narrowly avoids being destroyed by the Milans there. Tanner has obviously managed to neutralise. He's making another push at the far side of the map, but I just don't think he's getting across there. I don't think he has enough. He's got a T-80U in front of him. He's got very few Marders. He's got no tanks there. The biggest threat was the infantry, and now all he's really got left are the Flieger Force and one Jaeger squad. There's no chance he's taking that point. And look at this. Tman just pushing around behind Tanner now. All the way around the back. He's going to take out all those supply vehicles. The M48's being rushed back this way to try and deal with these tanks. Motostrike BMP's being dropped off as well. But this is a good little tactic coming around the back. Has a chance to destroy some of those Unimogs. I'm quite impressed here. It's a good idea. Now the panic sets in as he realises the M48s are right next to him. Now if Tanner just pushes these through, he will lose some, but there's a good chance they'll do a lot of damage to these T-80s. They need to actually fire at the T-80s though. They're firing at the infantry. No, that's that done. I thought they were all going to fire at the T-80s and at least two of them were going to hit. But it didn't happen. That didn't happen. Oh, Tanner. Commiserations. I just don't see any way you're going to pull this back now. You must be low on tanks. And right now, you need tanks to be able to deal with all these T-80s. There's another T-80 BVK and another T-80 UD actually on their way in right now. That is painful, to say the very least. There's now Mi-24 heading up to the top, and some more Rapira guns as well. There's the one Leo 2A3 left down here, currently getting pummeled by those T-80s. It is stunned and likely to die. There we go. And that is surely the last of the Leo 2A3s. And that's probably game. I see Jaguars coming in, but the problem with these ATGM carriers is you can fire them. The enemy potentially could fire at you with a tank gun, kill you in one hit, while then smoking after their shot goes off, and you still don't hit them with your missile. It depends how the opponent is playing. T-80 BVK goes into this bottom point, and there's the surrender. Commiserations, Tanner. That was very hard fought. I thought when you push around the bottom there you had a chance, but Tman was just ready to move those units up. Bit of a difference in kills to losses, as you might expect by the end there. Tornado did well. All the Tornadoes did very well. I mean, it felt like Tman was just throwing away his AA jets. Leo 2A3 did pretty well. Got two T-80Us. T-80 BVK. Rapira was doing well. Yeah, T-80. I mean, the T-80Us. All the tanks get lots of kills. That's just standard. M24V Rocket didn't do badly. T-80U, T-80UD, Rapira. Hard to call a mean, the Rapira's certainly going to get MVP, I think, here. Probably along with the Air Force of Tanner, because they did a really good job. The amount of MiG-29s and MiG-27s they got, very impressive. The Tornadoes there, doing a really good job. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon for game number 2 tomorrow.